She's the director of our company, and she's also my mentor as well. I've got Mafatse, who is my work colleague as well. So I think those are the ones who I've seen. I'm not sure if I missed anyone, but yeah, thank you guys for joining. So yeah, I'm Luckson Makatu. I'm a software quality engineer, as well as the president of the ZimSTQB. I started software testing in 2014 as a graduate test analyst. So I went through a graduate program, and then I moved to one of the banks in South Africa, which is FNB, as a graduate test analyst. From there, I moved to Standard Bank. And from Standard Bank, I went to another company called Harambee. And from Harambee, I went to Ituba, which is a lottery company in South Africa. And currently, I'm working for a company called Abacus Insurance. So we are a consulting company. That's why I'm moving around. Many of you may wonder why am I moving around so much, but yeah, I think that's the nature of our job, because we are a consulting company. We don't stay in one place, which is a good thing, because you also get to experience the different domains and different environments. So I'm glad to be here. I'm so passionate about software testing, especially in Africa. So my goal as well is to just raise awareness around software testing, because if I look at my background growing up, I never knew that there was an industry or job description called software testing. I only got to know about it very late. So I just don't want many other graduates who go through their tertiary education and don't even know that there is an industry called software testing or software quality assurance. So part of my goals is just to raise awareness, especially in those previously disadvantaged communities, so that they can understand what is software testing as well. So yeah, in a brief, that's me. You can ask any questions if you have. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much for that. We really appreciate. I know you're currently this president of the Zimbabwe Software Testing Qualification Board. I know that's not an easy feat, right? So I want to ask, what was the journey like into software testing? Were there any challenges you faced? I know that because I read your bio, and I know that you studied commerce and information technology in the uni. So I would like to know, why software testing? Why did you end up in software testing, and what were the challenges that you faced, and how did you overcome them?
Yeah, so my background is quite an interesting one when it comes to software testing, because fun enough, I think Frankie is also on the call here. The way I started, it was sort of by accident that I managed to find myself in software testing, because basically I was just I was a gardener. Like that was my job. So as I was doing gardening, and it's good that Frankie is here, because I was also doing gardening for Frankie. Funny enough. So
amongst many other things, Luckson, amongst many other things. He's a very talented, modest human being, this one. Wow. So he wasn't just a gardener.
The gardening part really blew my mind, actually.
Yeah, so as I was doing my gardening, then there were other colleagues for Frankie who were working with Frankie in software testing. And part of my daily discussion with them about my future, what do you want to do, where do I see myself maybe in 5-10 years time. So I didn't have like tertiary qualifications by then, but then they asked me if I could do like an aptitude test, and I gladly did that aptitude test and I passed. So as soon as I passed the test, they said, okay, you can join our graduate program. As a graduate, then gonna get software testing training for 6 months. So I did join that graduate program in January 2014. And after 6 months, we're done with our training. So it was a great learning curve because I never did like computer science. I had no tertiary qualifications, but all I had was that eagerness to learn. And with the help of the people who were around me, we managed to make it as a group. So from there, that was 2014. Just started working as a consultant, moving around different clients, as I said earlier on. And I think by 2019, that's because I was working in South Africa, but I'm original from Zimbabwe. So I just started looking at also raising the awareness around software testing in Zimbabwe. And we saw that we didn't have a national board. I remember it was, I think, during COVID, the lockdown period in 2020. Me and some of my colleagues, including Kudza, who was on the call, we decided to form a national board called ZimSTQB and join ISTQB. So part of the joining process, we had to attend the ISTQB general annual meeting and present as the board. I remember it was the same year which also the Nigerian guys presented. We presented together. So we did present to ISTQB and we were accepted as a national board. So which I am the president and I've got the team with me. So from there, it was now a matter of them just guiding us on how to run a new board and how to interact with the other STQB stakeholders. So it's quite an interesting challenge because now you get insights on how to create the syllabuses, how to create the exams. You get also to be sort of in the driving seat of everything that happens around software testing qualifications, especially STQB, as we know it's the main organization which certifies people around software testing. So yeah, it has been a great, I can say 5 years of learning. We are still learning a lot, and yeah, we wish to grow as much as we can. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I like that. I really appreciate that. There's a question I want to ask, but before we go there, I just really want us to touch briefly on ISTQB. Yeah, people usually ask this question about certifications and skills. So because we have a lot of people that just came into software testing, but rather than learning the skill properly and understanding the basics of manual testing and how it works, they are struggling to have a lot of certification, especially ISTQB. What would you advise for somebody that just joined the field? Should we acquire the certification first or the skills?
I think both. I do prefer, personally, I would prefer to get the skills, but skills only without the certification, it's like you are the only one who knows what you can do. So the certification is sort of a proof to say, okay, I am qualified in this skill. Because for you to prove yourself around a certain skill, you need to get that chance. And from the outside, if you just come to me and say, I can do automation testing, I can do this, but if I don't see something which proves that you can do that, I think it's difficult, and it's not so many. Let's say if hiring come as if you just say you can do this, but you don't even have a certificate around that, some hiring company may not even give you a chance. So the skills is very important to get the skills, but as well to just get certified so that your skills are aligned to other people as well. So it's just you aligning yourself to the broader community, to the testing community as well.
Yes, I love that answer. And I believe most people on the call will agree that that's a very balanced one. And I'm so grateful for that. So we are moving forward to career growth and industry trends. I want also to ask questions about that. A lot of people, they feel stuck in their career after a few years in software testing. And I want to ask, what are the key skills and strategies that is needed for a senior, like a junior software tester, to grow into a senior QA role? What would you advise a junior software tester that wants to grow into a senior role?
So I think you agree with me that the IT space is a fast-changing environment. Like what was relevant 10 years ago, it's not, yes, it might be relevant now, but it's not that relevant. Things are changing at a fast pace, and as someone who is into IT, whether you are junior, whether you are senior, just aligning yourself with the trends, with the IT trends. Like right now, the buzzword is around AI and machine learning and stuff. So it's just you aligning yourself with the latest trends. I know the likes of STQB as well, they are constantly upgrading their courses to cater for the latest trends as well. So from a junior side, if it's STQB related, you obviously have to start by having your foundation. Then from the foundation, now you can look at which direction do you want to go performance, do you want to go security, do you want to go automation, or any other specialty courses. So it depends on which direction do you want to take from the junior side. Do you want to go management side? So there are a lot of different paths which a person can take, but on top of it all, I think just aligning yourself with the latest trend and constantly upskilling yourself, not only with STQB, but just there are a lot of courses even on Udemy which you can just enhance your skills, enhance your other STQB offered qualifications. You can enhance them by studying other courses as well. So I think it's important to constantly upskill yourself around the broader IT space.
Thank you for that. Talking about automation, especially in Nigeria, we've had companies that are probably a startup, and most of the things that they have developed, I mean, their products, they are not stable enough to accept, I mean, to start to be automated. Yes, something like that. So, and most time when they put out a job application, they start putting things like, we need an automation engineer, things like that. And this is someone that's just coming into the field. You don't even have that knowledge. And because of that, you have delays in getting employment. So what would you advise organizations that are recruiting people, and in the organization, they don't even have the application is not stable enough to be automated? What would you advise organization like that? And what would you also advise someone that is just growing up in the software testing field, and they don't have the automation knowledge yet, and because of that, it has stopped them from getting the employment offer that they so desire?
Okay, so I think someone you just have to start somewhere. And mostly people mustn't be discouraged by the number of maybe job application which requires automation engineers, because as much as automation is a very in-demand skill, but there's still room for manual testing as well. And what I've seen, most companies, they just say we want an automation engineer, but when you get there, you are not even doing automation. So I think they don't understand the job role of an automation engineer. So as someone who want to move into automation, you can get a job as a manual tester, or then you get to learn. Maybe if that environment gives you the opportunity to learn, you start by upskilling yourself, developing like a simple Selenium framework and automating maybe just the UI, the login part, and start from there. Then you constantly upskill yourself with all there are a lot of courses. I think on Udemy, there are a lot of courses, even on YouTube, which you can just teach you step by step on how to create an automation framework. And so, and now there is AI, there is ChatGPT. It can help you a lot to do a lot of stuff. So you can just start by upskilling yourself and getting those certificates, 1 or 2. Then you can, then even if it's a job application, you can be honest to say you are starting with automation. You don't have that advanced knowledge, but you are a willing learner. You can learn on the job as well. So some of the companies might even give you a chance, and you can learn if they have got other experienced automators or quality engineers in the team. You can learn from them as well. So yeah, I would advise, it's all about learning and upskilling yourself as well.
Thank you.
And on that note, I think I can also invite Frankie to give a opinion, as she's also experienced in that department. If
Yes,
it's fine with you.
Yes, that's very fine by us. Frankie,
That's fine.
We're so glad to have you. You're welcome.
Shane, thank you. As long as you don't mind me turning my camera on. Luckson took me by surprise, and I'm working from home today, so I don't have my face on.
Yes, we don't mind.
Okay, great. Thank you. Yeah, Luckson's right. I think as our company, we find that the majority of the requests that we have nowadays are for automators. We get very few requests for test analysts. But what we have found is that these automators will go to start at a company, and they still have to create the basis of the testing. They still have to have that requisite skill set. And I think having transitioned a lot of our test analysts over to automation over the last couple of years, it's actually such an exciting journey. So I don't think that people should feel daunted by it. I think that once that learning bug bites, you can really just go anywhere. Luckson is absolute and utter proof of this. I think in the last 3 years or so, the amount of certifications and qualifications he's got in the testing realm are seriously inspirational. Mm-hmm. And as a matter of fact, Luckson is at the moment, he's busy performing a number of software quality maturity assessments for our company. So he's passing that skill on. and actually telling companies the importance of creating that testing basis before you get into automation, and how important quality is to sort of implement from the beginning of your development all the way through. So I hope that is enough, Luckson, and then I'll mute myself and leave you in the firelight over there.
Thank you, Frank, and sorry for just hijacking you here.
Well,
no,
that's
okay.
Frankly,
guys.
we really appreciate it. We really appreciate that. That was spot on. Thank you. So
Well,
before I
including
continue,
me.
you're welcome. Before I continue the questions, I would like you to engage the chat box if you have any question for Luckson, so that we can take it for you. Yes. So he also mentioned when he was talking earlier about other fields in QA engineering, software testing, and one of the things they referred to was security testing. And that takes me to my next question. There is increase in cyber threats, security, even with information and data, with the growth of generative AI, ChatGPT, and things like that. Security testing is more important than ever. But if you have a team that doesn't have a dedicated security expert, what are the simple security checks or skills that every software engineer must have, that at least you should be able to perform one of these things without being a security expert?
So I think the security part is a very critical part of the system, and for it to be just taken lightly in a quality assurance context is it's a very dangerous precedent. So I think some of the companies, what they do, they leave maybe the security part of their system to the infrastructure team or to the other IT team, not basically the development and the testing team. So as a software test analyst or quality assurance engineer, if you are to say I am doing security testing, and if you are to assure the company or the client or whoever you are working for that you are doing security testing, I think it must be that thorough testing, and it must be something which you are really good at, because security is critical. It can damage the reputation of a company just by a security breach. So I think most companies, if they don't have that security testers in their QA team, they just sort of outsource maybe someone who is good at security testing. Then they come and do it on a contractual basis, maybe 2 weeks or for a certain short duration of time. But to specifically for someone who doesn't have that skill in security testing, because I believe it's a specialist skill. So for someone who doesn't have it, to just say it in passing, to say, but I can conduct security checks for you, it's a very dangerous thing to do, because you might damage your reputation and
Yes,
that company's reputation
dangerous
as well. Yeah.
Yes, that's the word, dangerous and reckless. Thank you for that. So Frankie asked a question. She said, Luckson, what do you believe is a skill that all QA should be focusing on currently? You can use your own environment where you currently are as a point of view.
Yeah, so apart from the general analytical skills and people skills, I think something which is critical currently is testing around AI and big data testing, also around machine learning, because everything nowadays seems like centered around AI. So I know there's courses already for STQB, which is around AI testing. And also on Udemy, you can get a lot of courses on AI and machine learning and big data. So I think those are the skills which are in demand, as almost every company now is looking at incorporating AI into their systems. So yeah, I would advise going the AI route. You're on mute.
Yes, that's going to thank you for calling me out. So that's going to lead me to my next question, and it's also about AI. We know that AI is doing a lot of things for software testers now, and it's making our job a lot easier. But the fear is AI going to take over our jobs? And what do you think QA engineers how can we use AI in such a way that we're not going to lose touch with our jobs, and we, in the next 5 to 10 years, we will not be out of place? I mean, in the job market.
So personally, there is even an article on my LinkedIn newsletter which I did around AI and software testing. So personally, I think AI is not gonna replace us, but AI is gonna make our job easier, and also it's gonna make our work more efficient in us doing our work, because AI is a tool which we can just use to maybe those tasks which were gonna take us a day to do. With the help of AI, you can just do it in minutes. And those other issues which maybe you're gonna crack your head and try to research the whole day, and with AI, you can just, after some few prompts, you can just get it solved in a matter of minutes. So AI, I don't think AI is gonna replace our jobs, but AI is gonna replace those who don't want to adapt. So if you enhance yourself, if you enhance your skills and incorporate AI into your work, like what I said, everything right now is centered around AI and machine learning and big data. So if you incorporate those skills in your work, I think you will be even more effective. And I don't think AI can replace you. That's my short and precise answer.
All right, so there we have it. AI is not going to replace me, it's not going to replace us. Thank you very much for that. I also want to ask a brief question about skill acquisition, and that will be focused on automation, right? Because I've met so many engineers. I mean, they are actually manual engineers, manual testers, and most of them, they don't really know much about automation, but yet they are thriving in their careers. Some are leads in organizations, head of departments. And I just want to know, what's really the hype about automation? It's not some testers, they focus on acquiring automation skills. And because of that, because they are always trying to gain an experience, maybe they just completed web testing now, before they could say, okay, let me apply for a job that can help me to build that part of me. They are now trying to learn something about API automation and things like that. I just want to know, how do software testers balance skill acquisition, or let me just use skill acquisition with career development? I mean, growth.
Okay, so it's a bit difficult, because for automation, let me just start by on automation, right? previously, I think most automation was done around the UI, and these days people have moved from UI. Now they've included API automation as well. So automation makes some redundant tasks easier. Like regression, you don't have to spend much of your time if you create like your framework and your regression pack. It makes it easier for you to run like in regression testing, which might manually take some days to do. But with automation, it's a matter of maybe minutes or hours. So it's easier, but not to say manual testing is dead. Both automation and manual testing, they need each other. They should just, there are certain aspects of a system which you can't really automate, which just need that human eye to check and verify. So even the job description, I think you were talking about career growth as well. The job description, if you look at it currently, the jobs descriptions are evolving. Previously, you used to have your test analyst, then the developers, then you have got your test manager. But right now, you've got your DevOps engineers, you've got your software quality engineers, you've got your performance engineers. So the job descriptions are also evolving, and those other titles or job roles which were relevant maybe 10 years ago, they are slowly sort of fading, or they're sort of just evolving into something else as well. Even if you look at the STQB courses, there used to be a test manager, but now they've just removed the test manager and say test management, because now it's broader. It's not about like that test manager role. And there are many organizations now, you wouldn't find a test manager in an organization. You'll find maybe the Scrum Master, then you'll find someone who's maybe QA lead or something. But the job roles are also evolving. So it's all about upskilling yourself with the relevant skills, as I said earlier on as well.
Thank you so much for that. I really appreciate that. So we just want to ask, before I go forward to ask questions about how Africans can collaborate together, I would like to ask this question. There is this war always going on between developers and QA, where QAs present themselves as though they are policemen trying to catch a bug or trying to uh, supervise a developer's job or work. And the developer is seeing the QA as like, you are the one that wants to expose me, kind of. But that is not really the point. The point is just to ensure quality. So I just want to ask, how can we improve collaboration and teamwork among the QAs and developers to ensure that we can drive the same goal in the company, in the organization?
All right, thank you. So currently, I think most organizations are moving towards agile methodology. So agile methodology emphasizes collaboration and teamwork. So it's no longer that case which was from, let's say, from the waterfall model, where the developers finish developing, then they send their application to the QA team. The QA team now is bugging the developers with a lot of bugs and stuff. So now it's more about collaboration as the developers are developing the features. The testers are there as well, and mostly it's also like communication. There's emphasis on communication. So as much as I'm doing my job, but even the developer should know that it's all about quality. We are working as a team to, there's nothing personal. We are just trying to bring out a quality product. So that collaboration and team effort, I think it takes away that the people working in silos previously, which was promoted by waterfall model, whereby developers, maybe they are sitting somewhere, then the QA team is on its own. So now we are all in one team if we are maintaining the agile practices.
Yes, thank you very much for that. That was spot on. But I would just like to ask more a question about that. I don't know if you experienced that in Zimbabwe, in South Africa, but over here in Nigeria, there are occasions where software testers are not included in the development of the application, which is not supposed to be so, right? But probably their application has been developed to a particular level. Then they bring you on board to come and test. So that way, you were not there when the requirement gathering was happening. You did not have any form of unit testing or start with them when it was being built. So you are oblivious of so many things. All you have is the PRD document, and sometimes it might not even be comprehensive enough. So what would be your advice to a QA engineer if you find yourself in that kind of environment?
Yeah, it's not unique to Nigeria or your environment only. We do get a lot of that even here in South Africa and Zimbabwe. We do get a lot of that. But I think the first important part is to understand the system. If you get some form of documentation, then engage maybe with the business analyst or the product owner or whoever is in charge of the BRS or the FRS. So just for you to get clarity on certain aspects which you might not be clear in the documentation. So the moment you get that clarity, then maybe you do your test cases. Then someone reviews your test cases and they're fine, they sign off, then you can start your testing. And I know there can be a lot of changes even while you are testing. So documenting everything is very important because it covers your back as well. Just to keep everything documented, and even the changes that comes in, to document them rather than someone just telling you over the top to say things have changed this way. You might even ask them, can you send it over email? Can you send it in a document so that you have that evidence that things have changed? So it's always good to keep trail of the changes and also to have a clear understanding of the system so that you can provide like effective testing.
All right, thank you very much. I just want to get a little feedback. Are we enjoying the session? I see Adebisi and your lawyer Shegun. If you know you're enjoying the session, I want you to drop your favorite emoji. Yes, if you're enjoying the session, drop your Tobechuku. Richard, I see you. Kudza, I see you. Yes, you are enjoying the session. Oji, Ayolo, courage. Yes, good. Yes, because everywhere was just quiet. Everywhere was just quiet before I was like, are you sure these people have not gone to sleep? All right, because it's a fireside chat. Everywhere is supposed to be warm. Yes, thank you for that. I appreciate you. All right, so going forward, I would like to read a question in the chat box. Says, Mr. Luckson, what AI tool do you recommend QAs learn to boost efficiency today? I know of some generative AI tools like ChatGPT and likes. Would you have anyone, Mr. Luckson, that you can recommend?
Nothing specific. But yeah, since there are a lot of AI tools out there, there is DeepSeek, there is Gemini, there is ChatGPT. So I think just having that variety is also a good thing, because it depends on what the application which
Want.
you are working on, and also maybe the domain which you are. So you can maybe for generative AI tools, you can try a number of them and see what works best for you. But
Yes.
one thing with the generative AI tools is it all depends on what you put in. What you put in is what you get. So you must understand the art of prompting as well. So you you put in trash, you get out trash. That's how it works with AI. So you must understand what, like, put as much detail as you can, and if you are to query something, and then you can refine it from there, and then yeah, I think it will work best for you that way.
Yes. Thank you very much for that. And I'll be moving straight to questions about Africa right now. And one of the things on my mind right now would be job opportunity, international job opportunity for Africans. I know that there have been a lot of opportunities these days. People apply on LinkedIn, on Flex Job, on remotely, and a lot of Africans have been able to connect to job opportunities abroad. However, there are a lot of people too that have put into some of those applications, but they never got feedbacks. What would you think is causing that kind of response? Could it be the application or something that they are not doing correctly?
Yeah, so I think in that case, it's very important to do a quick retro and try to look where the issue might be. It might be a combination of a lot of factors, because some people really, as much as they are looking for a job, but the application which you can get, if right now I can tell you to post a job offer, the applications which you can get, let's say out of 100, maybe 80, you can see that there was no even effort which was done into this application. Some people can just send a CV and not even say a word if if it's an email, or they can just say find the attach the CV. That's it. And so you expect to get a job when you don't even put an effort even in creating your CV. The CV, you are a quality analyst, you are a test analyst, you're a quality engineer, you specialize in quality, but your CV, the spellings are bad, the grammar is incorrect, and the wording is just not up to scratch. So how can you be someone who safeguard quality when you can't even put quality on your CV? So before you look at the other side to say, why am I not getting? Maybe if you just do your cleanup first and see that from my side everything is well maintained, and from
Yes.
my side my application is professionally. There are a lot of tools these days which you can use. You can download like proper CV templates. You can use ChatGPT to help like create your application, your email, and everything. Yeah, yes, Frank, I say LinkedIn profiles. Some people's LinkedIn profiles, they are not updated, or instead
Yes.
of being professional, they are posting their weekend out at the clubs on a LinkedIn profile, which is should be a professional profile for someone.
Platform. Yes.
So you must do like these recruiters look everywhere these days. They look at your LinkedIn, they look at your Facebook. They can get to know you by just looking at your socials. So it's very important, as if you are job hunting, or not even job hunting, as a professional, what you put out there. So you must just know. Of course, everyone have a social life, but if you are posting alcohol, it's a Monday, it's 10 a.m., and you are at a club, and for someone professional, it's either you are working. If you are not working, maybe you are trying to upskill yourself or doing something better for you. So yeah, I think it's also important on what we put out there and how we structure our applications. And yeah, on the other side as well, I think it's also that thing of trying to understand the requirement, the job spec on the other side, and see if your skill set is matching what is required. Sometimes you can just yes, we can be very positive and optimistic by just applying for something which you don't qualify for, but that shouldn't discourage you when you don't get the response, because you were not qualified in the first place. Yeah, so
I understand.
yeah, so it's very important. Yeah.
So that's very spot on. Thank you very much. And Frankie said she's just cracking us up. She said, I don't know, I might hire someone who can drink. So you were referring to someone that is posting about alcohol. Frankie said probably she might hire someone like that.
I don't think so.
So I really appreciate that she added something about LinkedIn. Yes, LinkedIn, a lot of people do not see it as something very serious, and it is, because most recruiters these days, they, apart from checking your CV, the next place they are going to is to see what are you doing on LinkedIn. They want to know your personality and things like that. So, and I think we should work on our CV because it goes a long way. I would also like to ask, are there any opportunity, because in our community we have very good software quality assurance engineer. Most of them are currently working in Nigeria. And was it last month or 2 months ago, someone reached out to me that he needs an intern. So we just came up with the job of the job description. Yes, we came up with the job description, put it on our job platform, and someone on the community got that offer. So we've been having opportunities like that come into our community, and I would like to put it out there that we are also open to such opportunities. You can reach out to Tester CMD. You can reach out to me too if you have any opportunity like that for collaboration between African, like in South Africa, Zimbabwe, with Nigerians and things like that. We'll really like to grab that opportunity too. Thank you. So I hope I hit the point.
Thank you. Yeah.
You're welcome. So Richard also asked the question, and this will be probably my second to the last question. He said, to stay competitive in today's fast-paced environment, what technical testing skill, tools, and competencies do testers need?
All right. I think around the competencies, we did also touch on it earlier. But yeah, don't mind repeating. So currently, as we said, everything's moving towards the automation side, and also towards AI and machine learning, big data. So it's just keeping up with those trends. IT space is a fast evolving space. So if you don't upskill yourself, you'll be left behind. Very soon you'll find yourself irrelevant. So it's just yourself upskilling yourself with the relevant technical skills. As for the tools, there are a lot of tools, but what I normally do if I want to see what's I normally go to LinkedIn, where they post their job offers there, and I look at the most common as tools which they can ask. Sometimes they say if you know how to use a certain tool, Jira, you know how to use TestRail, you know, and other automation tools as well. So it's all about just reading and keeping yourself up to date with the current tools. Yeah.
All right, thank you very much for that. And this will be my final question. And I just want to know how QA engineers in Nigeria, Zimbabwe, and other African countries, we know we face similar challenges like limited resources, skills gap, and evolving industry expectation. How can we as African QA community, how can we collaborate together to support skill development and knowledge sharing?
Yeah, I think most importantly, you have already initiated the collaboration part. Being part of this forum, it's a very great initiative. There are also a lot of other areas which we can collaborate on. I know the national boards for STQB, like the SASTQB, the SIMSTQB, the Nigerian Software Testing Qualification Board. Sometimes they have webinars whereby they just try to bring people together and talk about software quality assurance. So being part of all those forums, I think it's also help enlighten you as a person about what's happening in the other parts of the world, and also like what's new, what's trending, and you get to learn a lot from other people as well. Not only in Africa, there are people also out of Africa who can learn a lot from us. So personally, I believe in collaboration, not only here, but we can collaborate anywhere with anyone in the world. You can collaborate with people from Ukraine. I've been talking from people from Romania, from Norway, from Finland. So it's all about creating that network. And the more you create a good network, the more you get to meet new people as well. So I think connecting with people is a very good thing. And yeah, thank you for connecting us here.
Thank you very much for that. Please, can we give a shout out to Luckson once again? Really appreciate you. You did not only come by yourself, you also brought your very amazing team with you, very funny and friendly. Frankie, we see you. And Taban, we really appreciate you for coming on board and to lend your voice to ensure that we become better QA engineers. Really appreciate you. This is about 1 hour into the meeting, and it's been worth every minute. Thank you, Luckson, for coming on board. We really appreciate you. Please let
Thank you
us
very much.
appreciate them once again. Yes, thank you. So, guys, we have come to the end of our fireside chat for today, but we still have a lot of things for us to do in April, and I'll be sharing it shortly. We have a lot of other activities for us this April. Let me show you the itinerary that we still have for April. Just a moment, please. A moment, please. Yes. Yes. So this is it. We have just concluded. Last night we had KPI dashboard and presenting testing results to stakeholders. Today we just concluded our fireside chat with Luckson. And next Friday night, we'll be having exploratory testing with Oluwatobi Fagbongwe. He is going to be the one teaching us on that course. He is also a lead, like the head of testing in his organization. And the third week of April, the fourth week of April, we'll be having intensive dive into playwright. We have an expert, that's Patak. He's going to be teaching us this tool, playwright. It's an automation tool, playwright. And we always round up our sessions with the town hall meeting where we discuss our wins for the month of April, and we also have the opportunity to see the things that are in store for us in the next month, which is May. We have updated our facilitators Google form for the second quarter. That's from May, June, July, and I'm going to be sharing it in the community. If you'd like to be a facilitator, you are going to have the opportunity of filling those forms, and we are going to review. We'll get back to you, and you will be assigned a topic to teach us. So, and that is how we're going to do that. And I'm going to be dropping the link to our community right now, so that if you're on this call, you're not a member of our community, and you would like to join, you can use this opportunity to engage that form. Just a moment, please. My slow. Just a moment, please. Yes, I'm trying to get the. Okay, I have it. Trying to get the link. I'm dropping it on the call right away so that you can. Yes. Thank you, Frankie. We see you and we appreciate you for joining. Yes, I just shared the link now. You can use that link to join our Testers Quarter community. So we have a lot of other amazing programs for us this year. We have a physical event coming up. And June, we have a summit coming. It's an African summit. The detail of that will be communicated with us on the community. Yes. So I think with that, we have come to the end of today's program. If you're happy, drop your favorite emoji as a round of the session. Thank you so much, and enjoy the rest of your weekend. Thank you. We appreciate you. Let me call out all my participants because I did that yesterday and somebody enjoyed it. So thank you, Bizram. Thank you, Ayon Loye. Thank you, David. Thank you, Deborah.
Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, Kudzai. Thank you, Luckson. Thank you, Fali. Thank you, Manyo. Thank you, Musa. Thank you, Luatosin. Thank you, Richard. Thank you, Taban. Thank you, Tobechuku, for joining. We really appreciate you. We enjoy your presence, and we hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Enjoy your weekend.
Yes, and you too.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.